Been a while since I've seen this luscious blue screen. Anyway, here we are with another Crash Team Racing video once again. I actually sat on this one for a while as I thought it would be outright impossible, but here I am. I'm actually testing my luck with the new developer time trials. Cause you know, if I could beat Emperor Velo, if I could push myself to beat Emperor Velo the 27th, I may as well stand my own ground against the developers at some point. Granted, that was all for a decal I'm probably never gonna use. Regardless, it was still fairly challenging. And for complete disclosure, I'm actually going to take my time with this. It's not like this is all within a certain Grand Prix or anything. Granted, I could have done velos at any given time, but I decided to get them out of the way while I still could. Here I'm gonna go at my own steady pace, so you'll see my attempts at all of the developers in due time. Anyway, this is how it's gonna work. To make the ride nice and smooth like, I'm gonna focus on one developer at a time. I figured if I could beat at least one of these guys, that would reassure my confidence in my ability to come up against the developers. So today I put my focus on Vincent A, facing him on Mystery Caves, Roost Tubes, Tiny Temple, and Koala Carnival. The characters present are who I tackle these exact times with, and yes, I am gonna be spicing up who I play, so I give some of my favorite characters some time in the sun. So going up against Vincent, I decided to divide this between Hunter and Ebenezer Von Clutch. So all this said, let's jump right into it. I'm gonna give my thoughts on how each of the tracks turned out and let the footage play accordingly. First up is Mystery Caves. This was actually the track I started with in regard to developer time trials as a whole. Wanted to at least start nice and easy, cause I hear William P is an absolute nightmare. Anyway, that said, this one clocked in at about 8 attempts. And you're going to be noticing this throughout the entire video. If I've learned anything from Vincent A, is how to hug those corners as much as I can in order to save a lot of time in regard to these tracks. This one wasn't really too bad, but in the long run, it gave me a good idea of what I was up against. Next is Roost Tubes. This one took about 7 attempts. I think hugging the walls is going to be the general theme for all these time trials. There were moments where I actually tried taking the shortcut from the far left as opposed to the right. Sometimes I would make it, other times I would lose my reserves from just kissing the wall ever so slightly. Regardless, I feel I legitimately lucked out on this one. Not a bad run. Next is Tiny Temple, another 7 attempts. Here I've noticed Vincent likes to take the left side of the fork as opposed to the right, and considering I did this with Velo during the Velo time trials, I should be fine as long as I take this exact same route and keep those corners intact as much as I could. Another solid run. This one came relatively close. I was able to beat his time by a millisecond or two. Overall, I'd say this was fairly challenging. And ending the video, we have Koala Carnival. This one took about 10 attempts. I think the first lap is where everything matters most. And I say that because of that beginning jump off the ramp to the far left. Timing there is exceedingly crucial. I noticed that around lap 3, Vincent likes to be a little sneak and takes the left side of the 3 ramps, so I thought I'd beat him at his own game. Eventually, I ended up tying on this one, and this is perhaps the first draw I've ever witnessed against the developer. I actually paused for a brief moment, you're not going to see it in the video, but just as I thought I wasn't going to be able to make it, lo and behold, a happy little accident was born. All this said, thank you for watching. I will see you in the next developer time video. Take care.